Let me see your identification.
What did you say? I'll tighten those restraints. Scavenger scum.
We don't need to see his identification.
I will remove these restraints and leave the cell with the door open.
My lord.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, the incoming weather, or whatever the fuck we want to talk about. I'm Mr. Jason Roskam. With me here each and every single week, the Darth Vader to my Palpatine, Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you?
I'm good.
Are you?
I just realized I'm like I still have to get used to the new chairs.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, I'm like constantly like wiggling with the back support thing.
Yeah, just like weird. The lumbar thing is like floating. So it's kind of weird. And then I'm in this like half tilted kind of position.
Mm-hmm.
And
I need
so
to
I'm
recline
just,
a little more, I think.
yeah, there you go. I just keep talking and just going back and forth away from the microphone. That's going to it'll have a nice effect.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to sound great for the audio listeners.
Yeah. Almost like the echo of last week.
Right.
I apologize to the audio listeners. I tried to fix it in post, but
was it bad?
It wasn't that bad. I noticed it, but I'm also the one editing it.
It's when you were talking, you could hear it also on Bob's mic. Is that what was going on?
No, so there was like my voice was in both mics basically. So there was like this. It was just this. I think there was two sine waves of my voice in the processor.
Mm-hmm.
So it just sounded just a little extra. Like in my head, I could see both fucking sine waves going.
Right.
Because that's how I visualize sound. Because that's what normal people do.
Yes, it is.
Speaking of, so we may have had this conversation before, but when you read, do you like read in like this? Is there a voice in your head that's reading, like as you're saying the words?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes the voice is different depending on like who's talking in the book.
Right.
Yeah. Because sometimes if it's like Darth Vader, I'll say it in Darth Vader's voice, or I'll think it in Darth Vader's voice.
Right. Whenever I read anything, it's like I'm reading it to myself in my head. But I saw some shit that apparently that's not normal. That's not like, I don't know.
Well, what's normal?
I guess not doing that. I guess people just look at it and see the words. Which I don't understand how that works. I don't like, I mean, so I do and I don't. The human factor's fucking idiot is coming out in me, but I understand I can look at this image quickly, right? I can turn my head, look at this image and turn, and I have this memory of what the screen had on it.
Okay.
But then I'm going to read that memory. But visually, my visual acuity just picked up what was there for the memory. Like you see everything. Like there's this like what your brain chooses to focus on and actually like give attention to and read and everything else. Like it's not like your eye is going like like it doesn't really work that way. Like everything is you sees everything around you. It's just your brain is now making it the focal point.
Right.
So you can take one image and kind of like bring that overlay into your brain and kind of and scan that image. But if I'm reading something, that dialogue is happening in my head.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much the same as me. So I don't know. Maybe the other people are all weird.
Well, I mean, it would make sense. We're of the similar background, right? We both kind of nerds, came up through the avionics spectrum.
Mm-hmm. I read a lot of books as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's something that was interesting me.
Yeah. Anyway, so what are we talking about today?
I don't know. We weren't talking about brain shit. No, what we're talking about is there's a new show
Yes.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It's for the anime crowd. I'm assuming, at least I hope it is. And it's called The Ninth Jedi.
That's right.
I guess it's Star Wars The Ninth Jedi.
Probably.
But yeah, it's The Ninth Jedi.
Yeah.
Came out on Disney Plus on last week.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna do the first 2 episodes.
All right. Excellent. Before we do that, we've got some business to take care of. So should we start by talking about Patreon?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to start?
No.
Oh,
Start with what?
Patreon.
I don't start with Patreon. You do
Oh,
Patreon.
okay, because you didn't say. So
Oh, I didn't say that I don't do Patreon. You do Patreon. You should do Patreon.
okay, I'll do
You
Patreon.
do. You do Patreon.
All right. We'd like to give a shout out to all of our current patrons: Frank Kalevich, Catherine Rennick, Dragon Buddy, Lord Helmet Fire, Nick from Sweet Studios, my wonderful mother-in-law Patricia Goodstein, Don Sulsky, Wally Frogmore, Chantal from Pop My Culture, Helen Martin, Sterling Azier, Nicholas Schaefer, Kristen Roskam, Carly Vickers, Ivo G, Shotgun Mark, Frederick Martin, David Schmuck, Scott and Kim from Use and Abuse Cast. Yeah.
Cast?
Use and Abuse
Podcast.
Okay, yeah, the 2 sentences ran together. The Orange and Fett Show and Kathleen Martin.
Woohoo!
If you'd like to consider becoming a supporter, you can find us at patreon.com/thesidebarcantina. Thank you again to all of our listeners and supporters. You are the reason why we do this, and you are the reason why we have these brand new chairs.
Yes, why we're sitting here in comfort.
And I'm kind of grooving with my little back pad.
Yeah, and I can tilt back, and it's not making noise, and not going.
Yeah. It's good times.
So, for my read from the Sidebar headlines, straight from Nerd Girl Cave in the Northern Poconos,
Mm-hmm.
this is your reminder to stop doom scrolling and go look at the sky. This Wednesday, August 12th, will be a celestial sky lover's treat. 30 to 60 minutes before dawn, you'll want to look west to east to see 6 planet parade across the sky.
Oh, shit.
Early evening will be a partial solar eclipse. Google your favorite sky app with your location for specifics. Finish your day with the annual Perseids meteor shower, which will be especially spectacular this year because of the solar eclipse. There will be a possibility of seeing up to 150 meteors and fireballs per hour.
Goddamn.
As there is also the new moon. Put your phone down. Do it. Yeah, hopefully the weather cooperates. It's for us. Why is somebody named Dave mess with my phone?
Who? Dave? Dave's not here.
Hey, we're in a severe thunderstorm watch.
Oh, nice.
That makes sense why it's so fucking dark outside right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, if we go silent at some point this evening, it's because of the weather.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, there's the radar.
Yeah, it looks shitty all week for us. So we'll see. Hopefully we get some clear weather and we can do it. But that doesn't mean that the rest of you who are throughout the country and world can enjoy it. So
that's right.
Get out there and appreciate the beauty that is the sky.
Okay. Sounds good. So there is really no Star Wars news this week. I know a lot of people are picking up on John Boyega was at a panel at Rebel Scum Con, which I'm about to talk about. And somebody had asked him about Samuel L. Jackson, and he said he'd love to have Samuel L. Jackson come back and be the mentor of Finn, right? In a future Star Wars project. So now everybody's like grabbing that and like, John Boyega wants, Mace Windu to be his master in Star Wars.
Of course he does. Why? Who wouldn't want that?
I know, right?
There's like some fan made stuff too that has Samuel L. Jackson like coming back, and he's got prosthetics from obviously you're take a fall like that and come through it okay.
Yeah. Plus, he got a good portion of his arm cut off. So
right. So yeah, some really good. Dude, the AI is so good these days.
Yeah. And this is with like guardrails and shit on. Imagine if like, they didn't have all these copyright restrictions and everything else.
Yeah. We would get such fantastic fan made films.
Yeah.
That would service us.
Yeah. Though
My penis so smooth.
Disney doesn't want anything to do with that. So
no, it does not.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, no news, and why don't we just get right into our weeks?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So big weekend I had at the Rebel Scum Con down in Dallas, Texas.
Yes, you did.
Technically Frisco, but it's kind of on the outskirts of Dallas. So
Okay.
it's whatever. Yeah, it was fucking awesome. As always, these Star Wars only cons, especially this Rebel Scum Con, they really go all out. It's really the crowd and the guests that just make it so enjoyable, because the whole crowd's just there just to experience this weekend of Star Wars, and they're all happy, and there's nobody being like jerk offs or something that you would find at some of these fan expos,
right?
Whereas this Rebel Scum Con is a lot more intimate. It's and everybody's just there for the fun, not just to get a million things signed so they could sell them on eBay and whatever.
But I mean, there was a fair amount of things getting signed, though, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
I mean, that was a big part of it. I mean, it's one of the main reasons you guys were there.
Yeah, but it was definitely more for like personal items, not for resell items.
I gotcha.
Like this guy had a poster of like, it's got like all 9 movies on it, like a whole like Skywalker saga poster.
Okay.
And he's got like fucking everybody that he's been able to get signatures from, from Mark Hamill to, JJ Abrams, just a ton of people. Dave Filoni, I think, signed the thing, and you can tell this is like a passion thing for him. And he's basically trying to get anybody involved with the 9 movies to sign it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you get tons of shit like that, and you get people with like their own homemade art that they go to get signed, and the celebrities are like, oh my god, that's so freaking cool. That happened with Vanessa Marshall. Somebody brought her some art that they did of Hera. And she fucking loved it, and they had this like long chat about it, and it was cool. So anyway, to get started, first of all, it started shitty because they, for some reason, and they've been doing this every year, this is the 3rd year that they've done it. Normally with a fan expo, you pre-purchase like autographs and things like that,
right?
And you get a QR code, and you take that QR code up to the person's table. Their little handler scans it, says, okay, you got this, this, and this. They get everything ready, ship you over to the celebrity, and all that happens. Well, with the Rebel Scum Con, you pre-order signatures, and then you have to take them to a booth where they then scan your QR code and then give you a paper ticket that you then take to the celebrity's booth. So they add a step in there, and which may not be too bad if it were as simple as, yeah, they scan your QR code, give you a thing, and be on your way. But when you've got a few hundred people on the same Wi-Fi that they're using,
oh god,
and they can't fucking scan anything, and you're standing in line for 2.5 fucking hours at the beginning of the show just to get your fucking tickets so you can see the celebrities, it's a little frustrating.
A little bit.
And Bob was talking to somebody who works the show, and they said, yeah, we're gonna have to fix this next year because this isn't working. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. Because the fucking worst part about it was all of us who pre-ordered it had to get into one line. This line wrapped down and around the fucking building. It was so fucking long. Whereas if you didn't pre-order, they had a separate line that's like you could just pay cash there, and they give you your tickets right then and there. There was nobody in that fucking line. So like all the people who didn't pre-order were just able to walk up, boop, 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 got my ticket. All right, I'm going to go to the celebrity while you guys are fucking waiting in line.
Fuck.
Because during that fucking 2.5 hours, while everybody was trying to get their tickets, there was nobody at the celebrities booths. They were all sitting there like, what the fuck? You know? So the people who run this really kind of dropped the ball with this. And I really hope they get it straight next year, because adding that extra step is fucking retarded. And I don't know why they do that. Well, actually, I do know why. Because one of the security guards we were talking to said basically they do it as a way to keep the money central, because if they let you just go straight to the booths with your QR code, then they wouldn't be able to like funnel all the money through their central location, and they'd have to track down the individual vendors and people to get their money, which
that seems like it. I mean, that seems like it can be controlled in software.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
That's
But either way, it's because they didn't have good Wi-Fi. Their Wi-Fi kept going down. It took for fucking ever to get through that goddamn line. And yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
that would have ended up having somebody's lightsaber shoved up their ass sideways.
Once that was done, thankfully, because Bob and I were VIPs, we bought the special VIP passes. We got in an hour before the rest of the plebs. And, you know, that meant we got into that line earlier. So by the time we were done, the celebrity booths were all still fairly, you know, unoccupied, or like, you know, didn't have a whole lot of people in line.
Right.
So I was able to get a whole bunch of shit knocked out right from the get-go before the masses started coming in.
Okay.
So, and we'll start with, and I'm sharing my screen, and we'll start with the first person I saw. And that would be Miss Vanessa Marshall, who Dave and I have met in the past in Philadelphia. In fact,
I can't wait to see this.
She signed a picture of the time. Actually, let me remove this so that people can see. This was when she photobombed Dave and I in Philadelphia 2 years ago. We were taking a picture in front of D. Bradley Baker's booth, and she came up behind us, stuck her face in between ours. We didn't even realize she was there.
Right.
And was there for a couple of pictures. And then she finally said something. She said, like, I bet you never thought you'd have Harris and Dula photobomb you, did you? And then we're like, oh shit. And we went,
what?
So we went back to her booth and talked to her for a bit. We found out her dad was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
So we told her we were both Air Force veterans. So I take this photo up to her and I'm like, I don't know if you remember this, but this was 2 years ago in Philadelphia. You came behind me and my friend and photobombed us. And she's like, oh my God, I do remember that. And,
Really?
you know, and I told her, yeah, we went back to your booth, talked about how your dad was in the Air Force and blah, blah, blah. And she seemed like super happy to that I did that I printed this up and had her sign it. So
that's so cool.
Yeah. So
I'm stoked.
Yeah. So that was fun. And then I also had a Black Series figure for her to sign.
Okay.
Because she was Rook Cast. In the mall show, I got her to sign the Rook Cast Black Series figure. And she went all out. She did the hearts all the way around. See the hearts going all the way around. So she really got into the signing of it. But the first thing I gave her was the photo, so it really started us off on a good footing.
That's awesome. So did you have to, like, was it one of those things where you had to, like, okay, I know I'm getting 2 signatures, so I have to, like, budget accordingly, or was it like?
Luckily, I pre-ordered this stuff a couple months ago, so it really wasn't an issue. I mean,
very good.
It was money out of my pocket at the time when I pre-ordered it, but nothing this time. I only did one on the spot one this time, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit.
All right.
So yeah, that was Vanessa Marshall. Vanessa Marshall. The next was, I do remember mentioning here on the show that the little girl from the Ewok Adventure was going to be there. Her name is Aubrey Miller, and she's that little blonde girl in the first two, or both Ewok Adventure movies. And I was going to bring my DVD copy of the Ewok Adventure that I have. And I fucking forgot it.
Okay.
So get this. Now remember, she was the only one from the Ewok Adventure that was on the guest list, right? So as I'm standing in line waiting for these goddamn fucking tickets, I see just past the booths, there's a guy who had a booth set up that had all kinds of Ewok Adventure merch. I'm like, perfect. I'll go get something from this guy. I'll have her fucking sign it. Good to go. And so that was one of the first places I stopped after Vanessa Marshall. And he was selling, I don't know how much you remember because you weren't a huge fan of the movie, but the life monitors. Remember the life monitors that they had the kids wearing?
Oh my God.
And so he's got the life monitor, and I'm like, oh, cool, I'll take that. And because I've got Aubrey Miller, I'm seeing her, I'm getting her autograph. And he's like, okay. He's like, do you want me to sign it? I'm like, sure. So he starts to sign it, and he signs his name -Mace, and I'm like, you're fucking Mace. Mace was her brother, the kind of whiny teenager guy in the movie, and that's who I was fucking talking to the whole time.
Oh my God.
Was the guy who played the brother. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't even recognize you. So he and I talked for a minute. I did not get a picture with him, but I did get a picture with Aubrey, which I'll show here in a second. And here's the life monitor. It's got both his and her signature on it. Man, I've got so many things going on. Got things in my hand, pictures that I'm trying to present. And then there's my picture with Aubrey. I talked to her. First of all, the guy who played the brother, he wasn't the most pleasant guy to deal with. I mean, maybe it's because we started off on a weird footing that I didn't recognize him, and I thought I was just buying something from a vendor.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
But
when I got up to her, she was just a sweetheart. Like, she's our age now, because she was like 6 when the movies were made. Well, she's probably a couple years younger than you. Yeah, but either way, she's close to our age. And I asked her, I'm like, do you remember much about filming the movies? And she's like, kind of. She's like, I have these kind of hazy memories of being on set and being with all the characters and the people in costume and stuff. But she's like, I don't know how much of that is like from stories people have told me and from what I've seen watching the movies or my own memories.
Right.
But no, it was cool. She was super nice. She seemed very happy to be there. And I told her the story about how I basically didn't recognize her brother.
What'd she say to that?
She just laughed. She thought it was funny. But yeah, so I saw her and got an autograph on it.
I wonder if there's a little animosity there because, you paid to get her autograph and he's over there selling life monitors and not getting recognized.
Right.
Do you want me to sign it? Okay.
Well, and what the thing about it too was it happened to be the way that he was sitting because normally they all sit in front of these banners, that has their name right there and a picture of their character.
Right.
Well, he was there was a row of people that were there doing that, and he was on the very end, and he had to go perpendicular to the others. So he was facing out, but the banner behind them were all facing that way. So when I'm up at his booth, I don't see his banner. I can't see it.
Oh, but he did have a banner there.
Yes, he did, but he's sitting perpendicular from it. So you wouldn't know if you just walked up to his booth from the side.
So Jason pissed him off. That's
possibly. But it was good. I got both of their
hopefully
autographs
and cyanide on that fucking life monitor.
Yeah. So then I turned around and got to see Gideon Adlin, who is the voice of Devon in the mall show. So Devon's the Devon's the red Twi'lek chick from from that. So I got her signature on there somewhere. Yeah. And she was super cool. She's very young, super cute. And when she posed with me to take a selfie, she did the little pose that you can see right there, and then she did the little head turn right there. So she's like, doing all kinds of cute movements and head turns and things like that as we were taking pictures.
That's funny.
But she seemed very gracious to be there. Like I said, hey, good job on the show. I loved your performance and everything. She's like, oh, thank you so much for saying that. And yeah,
it's cool. I can't imagine for any of them, like even the voice actors, it's like we're part of this now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be that rush.
Yeah. Yeah. Where they're part of the Star Wars universe and they're part of this fandom, whether they like it or not.
Right.
The next one is the person I was the most excited about going into this weekend, and that was Denise Go from Andor. You know, she was Deidre Miro.
Right.
And of course, she's nothing like her actual character. She's, you know, very nice, smiles all the time. You know, I told her I follow her on Instagram and I said, thank you for everything you're doing on there. She's doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, we won't get into it here.
Right.
But yeah, she's doing a lot of positive stuff on Instagram. And yeah, we just had a good little quick back and forth chit chat, and she was super nice. And yeah. Remove.
It's awesome.
Yep. So then she signed something.
I was going to say, did she sign anything?
Yep. I didn't even ask her to put a quote or anything on here, but she did anyway. She says, systems something change or die. Maybe you can make that out for me. But yeah, she signed the Black Series figure, signed a quote and Deidre Miro.
Systems either change or die.
Systems either change or die. Yes, that's what that says. And that was all the first day. And then that first night, I got some more ink. So I don't know how well you can see it on the camera there, but the picture shows it. I got my Galactic Empire symbol tattooed underneath the Sith Empire logo. So it was the same tattoo artist too that did my Sith Empire last year. Yeah, I made a point to kind of seek him out, and yeah, we had a real fun discussion. I had forgotten from last year, but he plays Magic the Gathering, so we spent pretty much an hour talking about Magic the Gathering and the cons and people that we've met. And being a worker at the show, he gets to meet a lot of people. Like apparently he met Danny Trejo. Like I guess his boss, who is in good with all the people who run the cons, you know, knew he was a big Danny Trejo fan, and you know, always wanted to like see all of his tattoos in person. So he's working a con, and on the last day of the con, he's doing somebody, and Danny Trejo walks up to his booth and says, and lifts up his shirt and shows him like his chest tattoo that he has, his infamous chest tattoo, and he's like, "Hey, do you do cover up for these?" And the guy's like, "Holy shit!" So
I remember when we saw Danny Trejo we didn't obviously he was like 2 people away from Adam Savage.
Right.
At the Fan Expo.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't believe how short he was. Like, you know, it's one of those things where like actors, you don't realize how short they are because so much is relative on the screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just a surprise. A, he looked pretty old, and B, how short he was. But that's awesome. That's the most famous person he met. Like that's the person he brought up.
That's the one that he brought up. I mean, he had mentioned a couple of other people that he had met during that.
Like I'm trying to think. Like there's probably a bunch of people that we would be like, holy shit, and he's
and while I was getting my tattoo, actually, as I was preparing, as I was like, you know, signing the waiver and everything, fucking Gideon Adlin sticks her head in, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" You know, she's the one that was the voice of Devin.
Right.
And she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm about to get a tattoo to go with this one." And she's like, "Oh, that's awesome." And she talks to my artist for a second. Then she's like walking down the whole tattoo alley and like talking to everybody. I'm like, "That's cool."
Hey, what are you doing? Oh my God.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I just wanted to share this photo really quick. I think I sent this to you and Lunar Girl.
Yeah.
But they had a DeLorean there that is painted in like, I guess that's supposed to be kind of like TIE Fighter trim.
No, that's Y-Wing.
Or I mean, I didn't mean TIE Fighter, I meant X-Wing.
No,
but it's a Y-Wing?
It's a Y-Wing.
Okay,
yeah.
So in like Y-Wing, like a paint job with an R2 unit in the back where the flux capacitor would be.
Yeah.
Which that was parked outside the whole time. I think it was actually drivable too.
I believe it.
Yeah, but that was pretty awesome. I just caught a picture of that, thought I'd show off that. So day 2, first thing I did was I got in line for Mr. Manny Jacinto, who was, as you may remember, the stranger or the person with
Yes.
no name from the Acolyte.
Acolyte, yeah.
Yeah. Again, extremely nice person. Like all of these people were like super fucking nice. He I asked him like, "Hey, you still?" Because he was wearing a long sleeve shirt. I'm like, "You still ripped from the fucking show?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm working on it." You know, it's. He said it jokingly, and I'm like, "Well, I hope the rumors of you coming back are true." And he's like, "Hey, you never know." You know, he obviously couldn't confirm anything,
Right.
but yeah, no, that was awesome. And he signed a Black Series figure. It's kind of hard to see. It's done in red, um, but it's the stranger. You ever given yourself a stranger?
Yeah, it is. It is a little tough to see, especially with the glare. But yeah, very, very cool.
So I had already gotten a an autograph from John Boyega. He signed one of the Finn Stormtrooper Black Series figures that's up here somewhere. And I figure I didn't have a selfie with him though, so I decided to just buy a single selfie to get with him,
Right.
and that's what I'm about to show you now. I was watching him because he was at the very edge, like see that wall against where he's like behind us.
Uh-huh.
I was hanging out at that wall for a good portion of the weekend because I had Bob's big cart that he had all of his shit in. And you know, while he was getting his autographs, I would just like hold the cart and
guard the cart.
Yeah, and I would always just camp out at that wall. So I saw John Boyega, like I'm sitting there as close as you and I are, just watching him interact with fans and stuff. And he was really into it. He was laughing and just he was just super, super into everything. You can tell he really likes the whole fan experience.
That's awesome.
And he he really seemed happy to be there. And I told him, like I said with Manny, I really hope the rumors are true and that you're coming back. And he's like, no, it's a personal thing for me. I really do want to get back. So, but he didn't confirm nor deny anything.
Yeah, yeah, and if they want to continue to. Sorry, I gotta. Sure, work text.
So you interrupted the show for work?
I just stopped. I didn't interrupt the show. I just stopped. My brain clicked over. See, that's the problem. I still have that part of my brain that's like that mission first.
Gotta let that shit go, man.
I'm not in the business of. I'm still in that business. Not the same business, but a different business, but it's still the business.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So I was not planning on seeing Bryce Dallas Howard because they don't have a figure for Yaddle. And I don't really like just going up to somebody and just getting an 8x10 signed and all that. Like typically it's like, yeah, that's fine and all, but I want something like a Black Series figure or like the Life Monitor or something cool, you know?
Right.
So I really wasn't gonna see her, but I had just finished with John Boyega, and I looked over and there was like one person in her line. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's Bryce Dallas Howard. You know, when do you ever get to see somebody like that? You know, she's a big contributor to Star Wars. She had an 8x10, which I'll show you here in a second. It's her in like a director's chair with the headphones on and everything. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get that sign. You know, since she's directed so many Star Wars shows and everything. So I walk up there. I pay for the autograph and a selfie. And first of all, she was awesome as well. She took a lot of time to talk to everybody that went through her line. There were points where like that guy that was ahead of me in line where she was just like talking. And he was like starting to kind of inch away like, okay, all right, you know, and she's still going. And, you could tell like she was really taking the time to get to know everybody. In fact, and she's a close talker. Like when she's talking to you, she's like right there in your face. And I'll show you because when they were taking the pictures of her and I, they they took this one that I wasn't expecting, but when her and I were talking about something that I'm gonna share here in just a second, she's like right in my face, like talking about stuff.
and hand talking also.
Yes. So I was wearing the same shirt that I'm wearing right now, my One Wish Willow t-shirt, which is from the movie Obsession, which I've talked about at length on this show.
Right.
And she sees it as soon as I walk up to her, and she like points to my shirt. I'm like, great movie, right? And she's like, oh yeah, it was. And we take our picture, and as we're taking our picture, she's like, I just finished a movie with Curry Barker. Curry Barker is the director of Obsession. He was a YouTuber. He made YouTube videos, and he got discovered by Hollywood.
Okay.
And he made Obsession, made $1 bajillion, and now he's like the it guy in Hollywood. And she's like, I just wrapped a movie with him. I'm like, oh, no shit. She's like, yeah. And you had no idea that I had worked with him, and you didn't wear this shirt for me? I'm like, no, I had no clue. And she's like, oh my God, that's so cool. So we were talking about Obsession for a second. Now we're going like way past the time that she would normally spend with individual people.
Right.
And she's like, you know what I want to do? She's like, come around the booth here. She takes her phone. She starts recording a video message. First, she's got it just on her. And she's like, I'm going to send Curry Barker a video. And I'm like, oh, she starts the video. She's like, hey, Curry, I'm here with Jason. And she pans over, and I've got the shirt on. And she's like, hey, just wanted to show you. He had no idea we'd work together, but he was wearing the One Wish Willow t-shirt. I'm like, I'm just kind of holding it up, like, love the movie. And she's like, so I just wanted to show you that, everybody seems to like your work out here in the Star Wars universe. And she fucking sends it to him. So Bryce Dallas Howard recorded a video with me with her phone and sent it to the director of Obsession. Yeah. Yeah. I just had this big shit-eating grin on my face the whole time.
Yeah.
And it was fucking awesome. It was so cool that she did that. Now, I don't know if he saw, I would assume he saw it, because if Bryce Dallas Howard texts you a video, you're going to open it.
Yeah.
I don't care who the fuck you are.
Right.
You could be Tom Cruise, and you probably still open it.
She's not doing that as a bit.
So yeah, she takes this video of the two of us and sends it to Curry fucking Barker. And I've since followed him on all social media that he's on, and I'm waiting to see if he reposts it or anything.
Oh my God.
Oh
my God.
But that like made my whole fucking weekend, as if it wasn't a good weekend already.
Right.
Like that just fucking made it. And I'm just like, holy shit, did this really just happen?
Well, all right. So this is day 2, right?
Yeah.
So the waiting for all the other shit that happened on day 1.
That was all day 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So it really wouldn't have affected, but butterfly effect, everything kind of timeline moves up into you in this perfect window of time to get into that position.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
It was so cool.
That's so fucking
awesome. Was so cool. And that's a memory that's going to stick with me for the rest of my life, unless I get Alzheimer's, and then fuck me. Right.
We'll have video of it. We can just keep watching it.
Yeah. So it was a blast. It was an absolute blast. Seeing her was really the icing on the cake. And, I don't know if I could envision a better experience, overall. So
yeah. Dude. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I
want to see the thing. You said you got a picture signed.
Oh yeah.
Let's see the picture. Want to analyze her handwriting.
So this is the 8x10 that she signed for me. Jason with a heart under it. And she signed it Bryce Dallas Howard - director.
Because that's Star Wars.
Just one more time, just so everybody can see it. There's that. And then when she was close talking.
Dude, that's awesome. That's why you go, you do the things, right? That's why you do this for moments.
Yeah.
Right. It's moments and memories.
Yeah. And who'd have thought Who'd have thought going into that day? And I almost didn't even wear that shirt that day. I was going back and forth between that and between my fucking Lando It's a Dynamite Taste t-shirt. And I'm like, let me wear the One Wish Willow shirt. See if anybody recognizes it. Somebody recognized it all right.
Yeah. Yeah. An A-lister, honestly.
Yeah.
Like from one of the more famous families of Hollywood.
Yeah. And to think, at least right now, there's a video of me on Bryce Dallas Howard's cell phone.
My penis is so smooth.
So that was Rebel Scum Con. Great experience. Got all kinds of stuff signed. Had the most phenomenal interaction with Bryce Dallas Howard I could ever dream of, and yeah, it was a good time. We even were able to come back a little early, so we got home Saturday night instead of coming home Sunday.
Okay,
because we finished everything we needed, and
obviously,
yeah.
How did Bob make out?
Great. There were 2 people that actually canceled that he was looking to see, so that kind of sucked. But they give automatic refunds when somebody cancels.
Okay.
And Kyle Solar was going to be there again. Cyril Karn.
Yeah.
But he had to cancel. But we hadn't planned on seeing him because we saw him last year. So, but it's a shame because a lot of people would have been able to see him and Denise go.
Yeah, you remember? Didn't we have a conversation at Bob's where you were talking about like taking one to the other?
Yeah, and he did because he got the picture with the 2 of them, with Deidre and Cyril, and it had.
That's right. He had him signed one already, and he
Yep.
took that one to her.
Yeah, to have Denise go sign the other side.
Yeah,
did
she say anything?
I wasn't there, like, because I went first. So I was like on my way out when he was talking to her. So I don't know exactly what was said there, but
there's no debrief. Like there's a.
Not in that case. No. I know.
If only, we had a podcast where we could talk about such things and such interactions.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to bring Bob on 2 weeks in a row and, take him away from his family.
But you could have talked about it.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, but he made out great. He got a lot of sabers, helmets, and stuff like that signed. He even brought some Black Series figures.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where the hell is he going to display those?
I don't know. He's kind of like me, where his lightsabers is sort of taking over an entire room, and he still needs more space.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, the saber jealousy. Fuck, that is so cool. What a cool experience.
Yeah. So that was my week. I have not seen anything in the chat at all recently. I hope we're not like down, or I hope people are just like listening in awe and not chatting.
I have the chat up separately in a separate YouTube only window.
Mm.
Seems to be going fine.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay. Kelly confirmed she sees us.
Yeah.
I was just hoping it wasn't something like last week where we froze or whatever.
No, our phones would be blowing up for the text message. You're not working, or there's like, oh, it's digitized.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I knew going into this that I could not follow up with everything that happened at ScumCon, especially not fucking that.
Yeah.
But I do have the one thing, which, I asked the question in the notes.
Did I see the question? Oh, I hear a rumble.
Yeah, a little thunder.
Do you like gum?
Do you like gum? So, we kind of teased the notes a little bit, so that it's a reminder, not necessarily like a shot for shot guide. It's just I don't know. It's just there.
Yeah.
So
it's mostly to remind ourselves what to talk about when.
Right. So thankfully, since I didn't really have much for my week, I Patreon supporter, friend of the podcast, my cousin, Rick, he provided me with something to actually present on the show.
Ooh.
Yes.
All right. What do we got?
He got hold of
Yo,
a couple of packs.
I used to have those.
So he got a couple of packs of these guys.
Oh my God. How did he get a hold of those?
Well, apparently there's a store near I can't. He's in the chat. So,
Is it still that waxy kind of paper?
Oh yeah, feel it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
It's
the good
OG,
stuff.
man. It's the 1983. Feel the gum in there?
Oh, I did.
Yeah. There's gum. So it's 10 cards, 1 sticker, and 1 stick of bubble gum. And guess what, kids? We're fucking opening it.
I'm not eating the gum. The 40-year-old gum.
43-year-old
A
gum.
store in Collingswood. I'm close to Collingswood.
Yes.
I should check this out.
Yes,
What's the name of the store, Fred?
Oh,
Rick?
look at this. So the first thing you see right at the gate. Look at the gum.
That still looks edible.
Yeah, sure. We could eat that, right? Any of the listeners, we could baggie that up and send it to you.
Yeah. I mean, it survived this long. Yo, but I used to have a ton of those fucking cards. I remember those packs.
So I know Rick has he has almost all of these, and he's only missing a handful of them.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I have all the I have a lot of the Empire ones.
Yes,
I have that
the one that your dad found, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, and Rick has the Jedi. So, a little Battle of the Jedi.
Nice.
Dude, just think of our lives pre-internet, right?
Yeah.
Where this is how we got our
the checklist card. I remember that.
We got our information about the all the little tidbits
Yeah.
of the movies. The deciders. Like, we know what this scene is.
Yep.
Right? This is when the Emperor's first landing, and the fucking one of the best scores in the original trilogy is playing when the Emperor is showing up to the Death Star. You have all the fucking rent-a-crowd is there.
Yep.
And this says, the deciders, the fate of the galaxy hangs on the decisions of 3 men: young Luke Skywalker, his father, Lord Darth Vader, and the mysterious Emperor, whom Vader is now waiting to greet aboard the Death Star. Continued on card 57, the Galactic Emperor. This one's got...
Oh, God.
This one's... Quiet, 3PO.
Mhm.
The Raging Battle. Princess Leia swings into action. Oh, that's the next one. So this is the cover. So
that's the iconic shot of Luke, on
yeah.
the sail barge.
This is I can hear the snap hiss of the fucking lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
A dude at work who's Star Wars guy, got tattoos, and he's been going to see Nick's guy, Brett.
Uh-huh.
And he's gotten a bunch of new Star Wars work done. And he was thinking about getting Luke, when Luke and Boba Fett are on the sail barge, and Luke cuts the blaster.
Yeah.
Like that part of that scene. Here's the sticker.
Oh, it's the baby Ewok.
And the puzzle pieces on the back. And here's the OG Emperor. Look like a boiled scrotum.
It was I who allowed the Alliance to know the location of the shield generator. It is quite safe from your pitiful little band.
I'm just, for the audio audience, this is riveting, but I'm just like, I'm showing everyone the cards.
That's the Emperor arriving, right? Or is that Vader's arrival? It's hard to see from here.
Focus. It's not focusing, Jason. There it goes.
That looks more like Vader's arrival.
On the Death Star. On the still unfinished Death Star, Lord Vader, Imperial officers, and masked guard of honor await the Emperor's arrival.
Oh, it is the Emperor. Okay.
Wonder if these are real people, and yeah, these are probably real people, not the painted on ones.
Right.
And then these guys.
Mm-hmm. Han and Leia in captivity.
That's when I was watching this the other day, and they showed the old guy in the scout trooper armor. Remember that conversation we were having?
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out if that was Rex or not.
Right, the guy with the beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the armor.
Yeah, and then come to find out, yeah, he was in the armor later.
So that's it. That's the cards.
That's so cool.
So yeah, Rick has a couple more packs of these that I think he's trying to decide whether or not to open. But yeah, they just don't make them like this anymore.
Nope.
Like everything is so overproduced now. Like baseball cards these days, like you buy a pack and there's like, I don't know, what, 5 of them in there, and it's like some ridiculous price. It's but I mean, I'm one of those kids that even when the upper deck cards came out, I was like, I don't want, like, I'd rather spend money and get more Topps cards, baseball cards, than spend less money and get the upper deck ones just because they look cooler.
Right.
You know, I just as a kid, I was never like that. But yes. So talking about the Rick's talking about this door. So one of the houses he grew up in, like when he was younger, he had his bedroom door. All of those stickers were on the back of this bedroom door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when he moved out of the house, it was one of those things that, for him, it was like leaving all the stickers on the door because you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
Obviously. So you're leaving all these stickers. But yeah, that's all I have for my week. Rick provided me with some nostalgia.
Yeah, no, that was fucking awesome.
With some wax paper cards.
Yeah.
I'll put that in a binder with the Empire cards.
Okay.
And probably keep the wax paper, and we'll get rid of the gum. I don't need anybody getting poisoned and dying.
What did he do? He ate 45-year-old gum.
Right. Which equates to committing suicide.
Right.
What is this? What?
Is it more work text?
No.
Okay.
I have to pee.
All right. Well, it's a good time to take a break.
Yes. So let's do that.
Yeah. So
I should do the thing, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So we're going to take a quick break and be right back after this very quick word.
Colt 45, it's a dynamite taste, it's a grin, it's a groove, it's a blast. Colt 45, it's a dynamite taste, it's a win, it's a definite blast. Colt 45, man, loaded with dynamite taste. So grab one, down one, get yourself a round one. Colt 45, malt liquor, Colt 45, it's a dynamite taste.
Yeah, I'm still super stoked about this weekend. Let me show you some other pictures real quick. Got one of Bob when he was in line for Bryce Dallas Howard. It was right before he got to see her there. That's him talking to Boyega. He had him sign a First Order Stormtrooper helmet. Oh, and for Bryce Dallas Howard, Bob printed out, or he didn't print out himself. He bought a 3D printed Yaddle lightsaber because they don't have an official one. What's that?
The rain has begun.
Oh, fun. But he had a pretty good 3D printed lightsaber for her. So he had Bryce Dallas Howard sign that.
For who now?
For Bob had Yaddle's lightsaber 3D printed. Remember, he showed it to you when we were at his house for Bryce Dallas Howard to sign because she was the voice of Yaddle in the Clone Wars and Tales of the Jedi.
I'm sure she got a kick out of that.
Yeah. It's probably one of the first ones she's ever seen of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. I guess.
Count us in?
Yeah.
Here we go.
And we're back. So, I guess it's time to get into the Ninth Jedi, eh?
Yeah, it would be.
All right.
So it's funny. You ever bought anything from Temu?
I did a couple times back in the day, but nothing recent.
So I got suckered into it. Like somebody told me, this is a sidebar, by the way. Get this out of the way.
Yeah, no, go for it.
One of the text distractors was a message that said, "Oh, your thing was delivered." I had a handful of people tell me like, "Oh, this thing from Temu was great."
Mhm.
And I'm like, "All right, I'll look." So I got a couple things. Got a socket set for my father-in-law because they just got a new place and he needs, the tools that he had, he gave to my nephew, blah, 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 blah.
Mhm.
So when you buy, it got into that thing where if you buy this, you get so many free gifts and you have to select these free gifts and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Then they're like, oh, well, if you buy more stuff, then you get more free gifts. And then I got suckered into that like once. I bought another thing and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not buying anything else. I don't care how many free gifts you're giving me. That's it. That's it. We're done.
Mhm.
But there was like 4 free gifts. So one of the things I picked for some ungodly reason was a new patio umbrella, which just got delivered
For free.
And yeah, I mean, it looks legit. I mean, it's in a box, but
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not like umbrella sized. It's patio sized. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hit or miss thing. I
Yeah.
feel like you have to, you know what? All right, I'm only paying $5.69 for this thing. So if I get it, great. If I don't, well, that's why they call it gambling.
Right.
Oh, anyway.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm all for Temu success stories if you have them because I'm down for buying inexpensive shit, but I'm also I don't enjoy getting ripped off.
Right.
But I'm not going to spend more than some people are like, oh, I bought a patio furniture for several $100s and have it show up and it's children sized.
Yeah.
like no, I'm not putting up with that.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, be cautious with Temu, people.
Yes.
Anyway, so the Ninth Jedi.
Yes.
A series that just dropped. Obviously, this is a spin-off of Star Wars Visions.
Yes.
There was a Ninth Jedi spot in the first and third seasons, I think.
Sounds right.
Yeah. And it got its own spin-off series that they announced pretty soon after the last Visions season came out. And it's 8 episodes about 25 to 30 minutes per episode, so not bad. Though I gotta say, when I watched this first episode, it felt like a movie. Like it felt
did
like
feel longer.
yeah, it felt like it took a long time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought I felt like these were like 35 minutes long.
Well, the first one was 31, and the second one was 30, and that includes like credits and stuff. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, no, they felt long. They felt
Yeah.
like they told a pretty long story. So this first episode was called A New Threat, and we get a little bit of a prologue, and the guy's talking about how the Jedi and the Sith have all but disappeared.
Right.
The galaxy's in kind of like tribal warfare at this point.
Yeah, because this is in the future.
Yes.
Like this is I don't centuries beyond
Right.
Rise of Skywalker. Like
Yeah. In fact, let's just
or I think
see.
it may even be like a millennium past that.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
If I remember the crawl correctly.
Well, according to AI, it takes place roughly 1,000 years after the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, so
Which I'm cool with that because
Yeah.
that, I mean, even though it's still not canon technically, they could tell this story and have it, not fuck up canon or anything,
Yeah.
and still be enjoyable, still be able to follow it, still could conceptually take place in the same universe.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. And I'm not gonna lie, the idea of what the story that they're telling becomes plausible.
yeah,
It really does. Like, okay, 1,000 years. The Jedi survived for 1,000 years, and then at some point the Jedi, we know they're all but extinct
mm-hmm.
in the last in Rise.
Yeah,
So the idea that they don't come fully back, within 1,000 years, and it's just like bits and pieces, and like just some people are just like keeping it going.
yeah,
Like the ancients are kind of like keeping the mythology going.
yeah. And like you said, it seems very plausible. Like
Mhm.
that could conceptually happen. Maybe Rey didn't fully remake the Order, and it was just small factions, and
And not everybody bought into like Rey Skywalker. Blah, 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 blah.
that's a discussion for another time, I think.
I meant to do that earlier when I had the Luke picture.
Oh yeah, in the card. So yeah, we also get a shot of Coruscant and it looks like the Senate building is kind of like caved in a
it's
little
like
bit.
collapsed.
Yeah.
So it's 1,000 years of decay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Which, again, is plausible because if you think about the state of Coruscant in the sequel trilogy era, we know a lot about it from the books, how it's, it's not the seat of the Republic anymore. They almost sort of abandoned it when they made the New Republic. And then of course we know the New Republic got fucking annihilated by the First Order. So there's really, we don't know what the fucking, if there even is a central government anymore, but Coruscant was not the center of that anymore.
Right.
So I could see that, over 1,000 years, just turn into shit.
Just dilapidated because nobody was, there was no trade, there was no government to keep it there, nothing to keep the fires burn, those home fires burning.
Yeah.
On Coruscant. Yeah, totally plausible.
Yeah. So so far I'm digging where this is going, timeline wise and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And we're introduced to Nawam, the fierce masked general, as they describe him. He's he's the sort of Vader lookalike
Right
in this.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk more about him as we go along.
Yeah.
But he's sort of the main bad guy now. He's in charge of an army of people, and he's like constantly getting more like planets and tribes to join him.
Right.
Meanwhile, we have Margrave Juro, who we met during Visions. He's the main Jedi who took Kara under his wing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to reestablish the Jedi Order. And to start off the actual show, it's immediately a space battle because our little crew, Kara and Juro and the rest of them, are come out of hyperspace and immediately have a massive fucking ship come out of hyperspace right behind them.
Right.
And this is the ship that's run by Jeno. He's the quote unquote last of the Sith.
Right.
And he answers to Nawam. I had to write all these names down because I never would have fucking remembered otherwise.
Yeah.
And basically he's in pursuit of these guys. And it's just like the fucking Last Jedi. They're tracking them through hyperspace. And every time they get to a spot, they jump to a spot, they immediately jump right after them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and even after they destroyed what they thought was the beacon,
mm-hmm.
they still managed to do it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I don't think they ever really flushed that out. How they were able to do that.
I think what they said was they took the beacon off after they got to that last destination.
Right.
So they still knew where they were because they hadn't gotten rid of the beacon before.
Right. Oh, because they assumed that he didn't make it out of the out of the black hole. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Now I want to say in this first section, like I love the animation in the space scenes. Like I think the ships and everything else, I think was really well done. Yeah. The animation for the characters, it's real basic Japanimation, anime style characters, but the space scenes I think are really cool because they really take that kind of over the top.
Right. Well, I especially like it when they jump into that area near the event horizon,
Mm-hmm.
the black hole.
Yeah,
and it's just like there's like where they choose to put detail in these, in this Japanimation style. It's like, okay, we're going to put a hyper focus and detail into this thing because we want you to realize how important it is.
Yeah.
Like it stands out, like, especially with the black hole thing. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that was their plan to try to get rid of them, was to to jump real close to the event horizon of a black hole, get them stuck in it. Cause they were a massive fucking ship.
Right.
And they were this small little, Millennium Falcon looking, ship. And
probably, I don't think it was even YT size. I think it
probably
was more
not.
like the Ghost. I thought of it more like.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. I could see that.
Whose name the type escapes me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Too much information. You start to think, how much shit is in the Star Wars universe, and it's like ship types and specific ship names and gun types and specific.
The problem is the stuff that I used to remember.
Mhm.
Like I could regurgitate certain information, and now it's just. Well, it's not in my recall.
It's because it never ends, because there's just always new stuff too, in addition to all of that old stuff that we had in our noggins.
Well, I don't necessarily want the new stuff. I want to keep the old stuff.
Yeah, sometimes we don't get to choose.
I hate to think that my hard drive is full. That's because I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm running, an old school hard drive. Platters are rattling. The hammer's fucking beating up in there.
You constantly hear the.
Yep. I need to run fucking defrag. Try and recover some fucking sectors. Kids these days wouldn't know about those things.
No. Oh my god. Yeah, I used to do that all the time. My computer was running slow, like, I got to defrag the hard drive.
Yep. Yes, we're old.
Yeah. Anyway,
that's summation of what we just said. We're old.
So also on the crew, in addition to Kara and Margrave Juro, we've got this guy Homan, who we were introduced in Visions. He's the animal looking Jedi guy.
Yes. Who's like straight out of every anime I can think of.
Yeah. And he doesn't really say a whole lot. He doesn't have much of a role in these first two episodes. He's just kind of in the background, says a line here and there. Right. But and then there's also Gramps, who is the that old sarcastic droid who's flying the ship.
Right. who looks really, really familiar.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him in something else.
Besides Visions?
Yeah. Like I've seen that character drawn not as a droid, but as something else. I'm like, I have this vision. All right, this is really bad. So, and Rick will probably come up with it because he has a better cartoon recall than me or John.
Mhm.
So there's this like, think of the shape of what this droid is. Like you have the round,
Potential spam.
the round fucking, body with the cylindrical head, kind of looks like a cow if you put like ears on it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a cartoon character that looks like that.
Huh.
There's also a woman who walks her dogs in my neighborhood and doesn't pick up shit all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got this like super, super round body and little stick legs and looks like this fucking cartoon character. And I feel bad about it. I really do.
Yeah.
But especially when I see her at a distance, like with the dogs, and she's like smoking, and she's like, it's just like, you are a cartoon character. You are a fucking cartoon character. And it's this cartoon character whose name I can't think of right now.
All right.
Anyway, I'm a bad person.
So one thing I did notice about this, and I've already mentioned it once, is they seem to really take like concepts from all original or all of the Star Wars that came before it, like the tracking through hyperspace they got from The Last Jedi.
Right.
There was, when they first came out of hyperspace next to the black hole, before we knew that that's where they were, fucking Jinno is like, I have you now. And
have you now.
I'm like, okay, that's a quote taken right from Star Wars. And yeah, he didn't realize that they were on the edge of a black hole when he first said that. They fucked off out of there, and he's stuck with his big ass ship, like slowly drifting towards the center of the black hole.
Right.
They're like, oh, we don't have enough thrust to get out. He's like, I got this. And he fucking uses the force, uses the force to push himself out of the gravitational pull of this fucking black hole, which makes me think, yeah, it's got to be pretty strong in the force if he's doing that.
Yeah, or just knows that particular spell to be able to get them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, well, here's our hyper acceleration to get us through the let's get through the fucking Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs.
Yeah, let's inject some unrefined coaxium right into the hyperdrive, and we're out.
I'm just gonna manifest some coaxium and we're gonna sprinkle some crack on it and get the fuck out of here.
So that's what it is. He's more like Jesus. He turns water into coaxium.
Yeah.
And then puts it right into the that's cool.
Yep. That's what was happening. Problem solved.
Yeah, it was crazy though to think that he might be strong enough to actually get them out of there. Then they go to a new planet, Makoma Ko. Like, all of these names, like, just sound ridiculous, and I had to write them all down. And they're led by a guy named Dunbai, who is a former Jedi and a wealthy merchant.
So when you're writing a story and you have to come up with names, right? I mean, I get it. It's Star Wars. Do you think that, like, so this is not canon,
right?
So I doubt that they had to have very much interaction with Hidalgo or the rest of the team, right?
Probably not at all, honestly.
So they could have went anywhere with the names. They could have had fucking Steve, right? Hey, it's Jedi Steve. They already have a Jedi Bob,
right?
So I've encountered this because I've tried, I'm trying to write a book. I've tried to write like short stories, and when you're trying to come up with names and then keeping track of those names it starts to become a challenge. Like, if the more characters you have, and you have to keep track of those names. Like, I haven't done this in a minute, but probably about 10 years ago, I was like into it.
Yeah.
Where I was like writing this thing out, and it was, I had a list of like 2 pages of names, names and places, and I'm like, I like I have to have less people. There has to be less interaction.
Yeah.
Right? I don't like in a book. It's easier because you can have like you can refer back to people more often than you can in a movie.
Sure.
But trying to write that it was so fucking difficult, and I ended up giving up on it. Yeah, writing is hard. So when I see these names, I'm like, somebody somewhere, whoever wrote this, has a fucking bulletin board with a fucking list of names on it. It's like, okay, that's this guy. Okay, there's that guy. All right, he looks like that. Okay, got it. You have to. You have to have a fucking list of these names because, like, okay, who is that guy? All right, that guy. Okay.
Yeah, you got to make like a fucking full on like outline with everybody.
You have to. Yeah, like you have to storyboard it, and you have to, like with this, I would imagine because it's animation, like you probably do storyboard it like a regular like movie. But if you're writing this as a script, you fucking better have a list of names.
Yeah. So they come to this planet because they're again trying to get the fuck away from this Geno guy, and also Juro has this ulterior motive of he's trying to bring together like groups and planets and stuff to resist this the Nawam guy.
Right. And he's reaching into his bag of like, these are the people we used to know.
Yeah.
Right. Training as Jedi. So I'm going to hit those dudes up.
Yeah. Yep. And so one of the ones he hits up is this guy Dunbai, who leads Makomako. And he's basically like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but you're gonna have to get out of here.
You're gonna have to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Even though he was a former Jedi, he's like, nah, I can't can't help you. I've got my own place to run. Kind of like Lando, he's got my own problems.
Right.
But Geno has issue with him harboring these guys, so he attacks the planet and demands that he turns these guys over.
Right.
Which, to his credit, Dunbai eventually says, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Geno comes on and he's like, you're harboring these fugitives and blah, blah, blah. We demand you turn them over.
Like, fugitives.
Yeah.
Like news to me.
So in the end, he does what's right. And of course, Geno is not happy with that. And he sends this whole fucking massive droid army down. And these droids are pretty awesome looking. They're like these black battle droids. They've got like 5 guns on them.
Right. They're not they're actually down there to fucking kick some ass, not to be like just buffoons.
Yeah.
Which is what the original battle droids were meant to be. They were never meant to really be that damaging or that, substantive.
Yeah. Substantive.
Important.
Sure.
No, so one of the things we didn't really talk about was, we've met the character, the Kara character. Kara character.
Yes.
But the fact that the droid, the lightsaber smith, the bladesmith.
Yeah, her dad.
Right? Her father, the bladesmith. Like, homeboy is going around and Margrave's handing out lightsabers.
Yes.
Like pulling him out of everywhere.
Yeah.
To hand to these guys. Like, oh hey, by the way, like, here's a lightsaber for your trouble. Right. And we don't expect it back. Like, so he's using lightsabers to bribe people to come in and fight for the cause.
I don't know if I call it bribing.
Oh, it's fucking bribing. Come on, man. Come on, buddy. Everybody knew when you got out the goddamn lightsaber that it was a bribe.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, like seriously, like it's like okay, I'm gonna try and appeal to your, whatever your patriotism as a former Jedi, whatever.
Mhm.
And dude's like, and he's like, but I got one of these.
Mhm.
Hey, look what I got. I'm like, oh, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
They because the Jedi haven't really existed and these things are so rare. I mean, this bladesmith,
Yeah, apparently he's the only guy in the galaxy that can make lightsabers.
right, and has the ability to interact with the Kyber.
Yeah.
So it's how many lightsabers does he have? He's
probably got his whole fucking cloak is like lined
it's
with like 12 lightsabers.
It's like Grievous just opens it up. It's like, these will be an excellent addition to my collection.
Yeah, because later on we find out that he helped Kara's dad like establish himself as like a sabersmith and kind of have a home and get away from all of the action and everything. Maybe part of the fee for that was you got to build me like 15 lightsabers first before I set you up with this home and everything else.
Right. Yeah, before we find out, was in the next episode where they talk about the fact that like homeboy killed his master and all that.
Well, we'll get into that.
All right, fair enough.
So yeah, he, like you said, he handed Dunby the lightsaber, and even though Dunby's like, I'm not a Jedi anymore, it's like, well, keep it anyway.
Right. Consider this a gift.
Yeah.
No obligations whatsoever. We're just going to go ahead and walk away.
Yeah.
We know what's going to happen. You're going to use it. This is a fucking lightsaber. And of course you're going to go out there and fucking use it.
Mm-hmm. So, all these battle droids are like just wrecking shit on this fucking planet. Like they're like all the local troops and everything. They're getting just annihilated.
Yeah. They're putting bus drivers out there to get fucking shot by these, these multi-armed fucking battle droids.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're kicking ass quite a bit. But then our team figures, well, there's got to be a droid central command unit somewhere, right, taking that right from like the Phantom Menace,
right?
We got to just find the central command unit, and it's probably on the main ship, and we'll deactivate all the droids. So that's the plan, is to get onto the main ship. And
the dude's like, you're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna do what?
Yeah. So yeah, when they this is where I wrote down that the soundtrack's pretty decent. It sounds like they're kind of sticking to like the original Star Wars sort of sound.
Yeah.
Not really going too crazy with it one way or the other. Just sort of.
There's nothing in there that's like, there's nothing jarring you out of the moment. It's just subtle in the background.
Yeah.
I was fine with it.
So they find their way onto the main ship. They I think they go into hyperspace off of the system and then turn around and then come back and come right out of hyperspace in front of the ship.
Yeah, he says, how close can you jump to the ship?
Yeah.
And the cow droid is like, oh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
And fucking jump basically in between the prongs of the fucking ship.
Mm-hmm.
The mandibles.
Yeah. And they make a connection, and Kara and Gramps, the old droid, get off. So, and it was like a below hatch door, like below them. And she jumps down, and
you saw me flinch.
Yeah. And she starts running down. She's like, let's go. And then you see Gramps go poof, like slowly walk.
Yep.
And she's like running way ahead.
Yeah. Like
which is a pretty funny scene.
This is how fast I move.
Yeah. So she gets into the central control station, and that's when Jeno shows up, and he's like,
what are you doing here, little girl?
Yeah, pretty much. And so they talk a little bit. I can't even remember what the conversation was about.
Well, it was, I think he made a comment, and it looked like she was trying to use the Force, and he was like, "You don't have any Force ability," and she fucking took out the lightsaber,
Yeah.
and then he kind of realized, like, "Oh shit! All right, she has that. That means she must know how to use it, because there's nobody has these things.
Mhm.
So if you have it, there's you have to know how to use it."
Right.
So was instantly aware that, like, I'm in danger.
Which, by the way, his lightsaber was pretty badass looking.
Yeah, it's if I'm remembering it in my mind, like when it was in the dark there at first, so it has like an Inquisitor almost,
Yeah, very Inquisitor
like
like.
hilt.
Yeah.
Do you wonder? Makes you wonder, like, were they going through like the archives of something and being like, okay, this is what the hilts kind of looked like
Maybe.
back in the day?
Yeah, because well, you got to think too. So he's calling himself the last Sith, or that Nawan is calling him the
Right.
last Sith. So it makes you wonder, like, did somebody reestablish the Sith after Palpatine got killed again in Rise of Skywalker, and then it's just been again the rule of two going this whole time? Where
Well, you say that, but who's the other Sith?
that's a good point, because it could be Nawam, but he's kind of doing his own thing. He doesn't have a red lightsaber.
Right.
He's calling fucking Kara's dad Master.
Yeah.
So really it's kind of unclear where he is as of right now.
Yeah. We'll get into that as we get closer to the giant kyber crystal of fucking justice.
Yep. So
which looked like a hot dog to me. Like, you have this kyber weapon that looks like it's in a hot dog bun. That's just what to me, that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Ready the weapon. It's like, here's your glizzy in the shape of a kyber crystal.
Yeah. Now, so they fight for a little bit, and he's like, I'm more powerful than you, or some shit like that. And she's like, that's fine. I just needed to distract you long enough. He's like, what? And then turns around and Gramps is like shutting down the fucking droids. Yeah. And the fucking weirdest thing happened. So once he realized that, that the droids were all shut down, the droids who were driving the ship that they were on also shut down. So the ship was starting to like drift away.
It's like leaning on the fucking steering wheel. It's like,
yeah. So he like decides it's time for him to disengage and get to his escape pod or whatever. And when he leaves, he just like jumps backwards like 5 times to when he leaves. And I'm just like, what the fuck was that?
Smoke bomb.
Yeah. But he just like jumps backwards a couple feet like 5 times to get out of the situation. I'm just like, what the fuck was that?
It's ancient Sith ritual.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I will jump backwards 5 times. and you will be impressed.
It was so ridiculous looking. I'm like, I don't get it.
Like, what is happening?
So yeah, they
right. Heifer from Rocco's Modern Life. Thank you. That's the one.
I don't know who that is or what Rocco's Modern Life is.
Google it. But
right.
that's yes.
Well, we got time. Let's Google it now.
Google it. Google it.
So Heifer from Rocco's Modern Life.
Yes.
Heifer from Rocco's Modern Life.
You know what's so great about this chair is that now I can move around and it's not noisy.
Uh-huh.
So all I have to do is just move the microphone to wherever I'm at, and now look how fucking relaxed I am right now. I'm all reclined. I'm about ready to fucking kick my leg up on the goddamn desk.
All right, so let's see. Let me try to share my screen.
What we really need is a side by side.
Well,
then I need to get a picture of the fucking lady that's walking her dogs in my neighborhood.
Come on. So that's the guy
Right.
that you're talking about.
Right.
It's Heifer.
Right.
Now let's get a picture of Gramps from Visions.
Picture
Yeah.
that walking 3 little dogs that shit all over your lawn that she can't control with skinnier legs.
What the fuck? They really don't have any good pictures of him.
What's a good picture?
Well, this is the best one I can find.
Notice the cowlick.
What the fuck?
His name's Heifer. And he's got a cowlick.
Does he? Yeah. So, all right. Here's. Yeah, see, it's not a good picture.
This is riveting for the audio audience, but
Well, you would think that they'd have at least one good picture of him on fucking Google.
well, it just came out. You know, it's not everybody's making this connection. We are fucking breaking new ground here.
Yeah. Yeah.
As everyone stares at a picture of fucking Heifer on a Star Wars podcast with no.
And there's the best picture I could get of Gramps.
Watch the show, and then you'll see it.
There we go.
It's not a great picture.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so I can see the resemblance that you're talking about.
If listening left is some fancy maneuvers, flipping backwards can be a great Sith secret technique.
He didn't even flip. He wasn't even flipping. He was just jumping backwards. Hold on. Let me just see if I can not get us in trouble and still show what I'm talking about here.
Is it? Will it even let you?
I don't know. We'll see.
Where is my cursor? There it is. Drifting lazily to the left. Man, he's got some maneuvers.
Oops.
Can you guys hear that? I say that, and then the thing comes up and says, Mike is muted.
Okay, come on. Where is it? Sorry. It's worth it, trust me. Oh, all right, I think I found it. Hopefully these 5 seconds don't get us in trouble.
All right.
All right, can you see this?
I can.
All right.
1, 2.
It's like, what the fuck was that? Let's just see that one more time.
He didn't even smoke bomb. I thought
Yeah.
he smoke bombed.
No, he's just like, it's time for me to go.
Zoop. Boing,
He's
boing.
not even going very far every time he hops.
The wonderful thing about Tigers. Tigers are wonderful things.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, if you got to make an exit, you might as well do something.
Yeah, something to be remembered by.
Right. I could just walk backwards, or I could just bounce.
Oh god.
All right.
Anyway.
We haven't gotten to the second episode yet, folks.
No, we haven't. So he leaves, he gets in his fucking escape pod, gets out of there. The whole droid army shuts down.
Right.
The Juro is telling Dunbai, like, hey, I know this is your planet and you gotta still keep things running here, but keep the lightsaber. You never know, and we might need your help later when this big army comes back.
Right.
We also
old boy wanted to give it back to him. It's like, yeah, I'm not a Jedi.
Yeah.
And he was like, nope, keep it. You're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Duh. Like, who would really give it back? I mean, honestly.
Right. Like,
honestly.
if I was a former Jedi, even if I wasn't going to be involved in the Jedi Order or anything anymore, I'd still keep a fucking lightsaber on me.
Well, it begs the question, like, how much of an actual Jedi are they? Because when we talk about the next guy who they're trying to bribe with a lightsaber,
Mhm.
it seems like they were more Padawans, not full up Jedi Knights.
Right.
So it's like they didn't get out of the dojo and actually become like full-fledged Jedi. They just were, learning
Yeah.
how to be Jedi. Excuse me. And how much like force capability does I can't think of the dwarf's name
Oh,
in from
in the next episode.
yeah.
And yes, I'm glad you said dwarf too, because because there really are dwarfs there. Quana.
Juana. Yeah, I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I I went into it, especially into the next episode, where I'm like, how much training did they actually have?
Right.
Like, was it just a lot of swordplay, or were they actually learning how to use the Force?
Right.
Right? How to be a part of the Force? How to use the light side, and do those things? Because I mean, obviously, using the Force is about manipulating it as much as it is, like using it to bolster your energy levels and shit like that. It's you have to learn how to work inside this medium,
Mhm.
and it's not something that's natural even for Force users. That's why Jedi. So I don't know how much demonstration we've gotten to this point
Yeah.
to indicate that they're like, okay, these are Force users that are fully trained in the Jedi arts. And do they even know what the Jedi arts are? Like,
Yeah.
do they have the
sacred Jedi.
safe ones?
The sacred Jedi.
And maybe they don't have them.
Yeah, no, because like at this point, so much could have been lost up to this point.
Yeah,
Where
1,000 years.
yeah, where few Force users are left that are trying to learn the ways of the Jedi just don't have, they don't have all of the abilities and the knowledge and everything that the modern Jedi have.
Yeah, think of it like an archaeological experiment, right? Hey, we found these remnants. We've seen these books on how this weapon works. We've analyzed some things that we dug out of the ground. We're making assumptions about how this works and how that works. Nobody's ever seen this thing work, but we can make assumptions based on shapes and things like that.
Yeah.
So they're probably doing the same thing. I mean, it's all an experiment. It's all experimental.
Yeah. Rick in the chat makes up a great point. Considering that building a lightsaber was Jedi 101 at the Academy, they lost a lot.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, do they understand the Kyber crystal? Like, was that the first thing to go? Right? Their access to Kyber because of
Could be
the Empire mining it to the point of like, all right, we need so much of it to make the Death Star. And
yeah. And that's something that could come up in future like Rey movies or whatever.
it makes me think like, so DS1 explodes.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously it had Kyber
A lot of Kyber.
in the canon, right?
Yeah.
So that Kyber most likely gets broken up and gets shelled out into the vacuum of space.
Yes.
You think they went back and cleaned that up? They think they were like, hey, this is still good Kyber. We need to collect it up.
If it was possible, like if any survived, sure. Because they would need it for DS2 and even more because it was so fucking big.
I mean, it's not like it was an explosion, but it was a like it was this kind of explosion that it was a reactor explosion in the middle that blew everything out. Like, so it was like, you know what? Never mind. This is I'm in my brain. I'm applying like, well, the physics of this with this explosion would have been boom, 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 and then it would have hit the thing, and then I realize, no, Dave.
Yeah,
don't-
you're in the wrong universe.
Yes. So I know personally, I think that an explosion like that, even as large as it was, there's going to be a bunch of debris, and in the debris, you would probably be able to fucking fly around and get some kyber out of it.
Yeah.
There should be like, hey, I'm going to send a bunch of fucking ships out to go recover kyber from the location.
Yeah, especially, considering they were still fucking harvesting kyber like right up to the point where the first Death Star was done.
Mm-hmm.
If you think back to Rogue One and Jeddah, they were fucking like pulling all that kyber off the planet, and this was like days before DS1 went
testing,
live.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, and then maybe. Well, we also know that they started building DS2 before DS1 was destroyed.
do we?
That's what they said.
In what?
It was in one of the books.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like we don't have much current canon that talks about DS2's construction.
Well, let's get into the second episode, and we'll come back to that.
All right. Well, we got to finish the first episode first. We get a quick scene of Kara's dad in captivity.
Right.
Nawam is talking to him, basically telling him he's a pathetic Jedi, blah 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 blah. But he still needs him for the kyber crystals. And then Nawam confronts this kid who I think we're supposed to know, he confronts this guy who is a former Jedi, and he basically calls him out for a duel. Looks like he's blind. He's either blind or he just needs a barber. And Nawam's lightsaber is blue.
Right.
And this kid that's watching even like mentions that, like, his lightsaber is blue, and he fucking kills this guy. And
right, like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
I
I think
lots of intrigue around the mysterious warlord.
Yes.
Nawam.
Okay. Episode 2, A Hidden Weapon.
One important thing that we didn't talk about. Sith guy tells Bladesmith's daughter, be easier if I just remember the names.
Kara,
that, yeah, your dad helping us out. Like,
yeah.
huge. Like, dude, he's been the best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and she's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, she can't believe it. That's that during that fight sequence.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of puts that in her head, and then he does his Tigger bounces out of the fucking,
yeah.
He sprinkles some crack in front, try and get out of here. But at the end of this episode and going into the next one, she's having these like thoughts of that.
Right. Like, she's like, did my dad really,
right,
betray us? And
is it possible that this could be real?
Yeah.
This could be a thing.
Yep. And that's troubling her as we start the next episode, because she's like battling one of the training balls. And
two of them.
Yeah. And she gets distracted, and after a conversation with Juro, she says I have a bad feeling about this. So again, pulling all kinds of stuff from Star Wars.
Yep.
And now they're heading to Bibbin.
Bilbo.
Yes, it's the where Juro and some of these other guys like trained as Jedi.
Right.
It's like, it looks like a moon off of like a big gas giant. But,
fairly typical of a Star Wars universe.
Yeah. And they get there, and the gal that's in charge of the place, Lady Tefla, not to be confused with Lady Teflon. Yeah. Tefla.
Very slippery.
Yes. She basically says,
it's so smooth.
She basically says, "No, go fuck yourself."
I know, like, yeah, we had a relationship before with you guys, and yeah, no, we're not doing that again.
Yeah, because she said there was an incident,
Right,
and after that incident, they don't trust the Jedi anymore.
right. And you know what? Jedi have been gone for 1,000 years. They've been kind of in this underground thing. Meanwhile, this other dude's taking over shit.
Mm-hmm.
See what he did to the previous person that was trying to bribe off. So, yeah, good move on her part.
Yeah,
Honestly.
taking care of her people and
Mhm.
keeping the riffraff out. Meanwhile, we go to the massive Kyber stockpile that they've got on that on the ship or on the planet wherever fucking Nawam is.
Excuse me.
And we see that like the big weapon that they're building, and back on Bibbin, the Lady Teflon allows them to search for former Jedi that they're looking for.
Mhm.
And that's when we come across the dwarves.
Yep.
Yeah, they go into this fucking, like, literally it's a fucking asteroid that's like they've built a little,
It's a mining it. Like,
Yeah.
it's being mined.
yeah, and they've built a little home in there and everything else.
Mhm.
And they go in, and yeah, sure enough, it's all like fucking dwarves, like
Yeah.
you would see from Tolkien, like
Yeah.
fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And the main guy's name is Quana. And apparently him and Juro used to train together. And this is the guy that they again offer the saber to, like,
Right.
hey, come help us.
And he's like, he's all about it,
Yeah,
right? He's like, yeah, I'm all about it. Let's do it. And then he finds out, he starts trash talking the bladesmith
mm-hmm.
because he, killed the master and everything else.
Yeah,
And then he's like, that's the bladesmith's daughter over there. And you get the like the the classic Japan animation. Oh,
yeah,
like that reaction.
yeah. And that's the incident that they're talking about where allegedly her dad killed their master,
Right.
which
Master,
obviously
master.
obviously there's going to be more to it than this. I have a pretty strong prediction as to what's really going on. It seems pretty obvious to me, but we'll see. The dwarves have a big party. They're going to get together with all of the people who want to help, and none of them want to help initially.
Right.
So, we get like 3 speeches, one from Juro, and then from fucking Quana, and then from Kara.
Quana is like, you're a bunch of pussies,
Yeah.
you motherfuckers. I'm gonna come get you all. And he's like being held
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Hold me back. Hold me back.
You motherfuckers. It's like, yes. All right, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate that energy.
But his speech to the dwarves,
BDE, big dwarf energy.
yeah. Combined with Kara's speech, basically gets them all on board. And then I feel like I'm skipping a lot here because the last note that I have is the firing of the weapon. Now, there's a whole lot that happened in between, like,
Well, they test fired the weapon and the fucking Kyber broke because the resonance was off.
yeah, and they needed homeboy Kara's dad to fire it.
Bring me the experts.
Yep. And
It really seemed okay. They bring him out of his cell,
mhm.
and no. Who's the warlord?
Nawam, the guy with the helmet.
Nawam is pissed off because they bring the swordsmith in or the bladesmith in like handcuffed, and he's like, nope, take those off.
Yeah.
He's like, that's when we hear him calling as a master.
Yeah, he keeps calling him
They're
master.
like, no, call me Jake, or whatever the fuck he called him.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Whatever his name is.
Right. Jake from State Farm. So Jake from State Farm, Nawam tells him that, like, hey, yeah, this thing, every time we try and shoot it, it doesn't work. And then so homeboy walks up to it pretty much unprompted and lays hands on it
Mhm.
and lines up all the kyber. And then the technicians are like, whoa, it's in resonance. And then they're like, oh, great, we can shoot it now.
Yeah.
And choom, and then they fucking shoot it.
Yeah.
And it works.
It does, but it seems like it misses when it fires. Did you catch that?
Well, it missed one thing. It missed the one planet that
Mhm.
that the others were on,
Mhm.
but hit another. I think it hit others and went through them
Okay.
in the sequence. I think in the sequence you see it go through like a planet.
It was really kind of hard to tell what they were going for.
Right. I don't know what they were aiming at.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was just like hey, we're gonna put a test slug in here and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then it was like you're like, oh shit, that was a live round.
Yeah.
And then they fucking ended up just firing it, and whatever was in front of it was getting fucking kablowied.
Yeah.
And that one planet that they were on, that his daughter was on, basically gets a fucking grazed.
Yes.
As the gas giant has this like fucking it's like pass through wound going through it.
And it's interesting too, because it looks like they have a contraption that catches the beam and like sends it through hyperspace. And that's how, it blasts by the planet and everything. But
maybe,
yeah, halfway through the firing, or it's after it's fired and it's like shooting through space, it goes through this like ball of something in space, and it takes it in, and then you see like a shot like across the galaxy where it opens up like a hyperspace lane, and it shoots out.
Well, I mean, shit, that would make more sense on how it would travel to places like when I almost said Centerpoint Station.
Starkiller
Yeah.
base.
No, yes. When they shot, like, you're not moving a planet to, like you did the Death Star. Like the Death Star had a hyperdrive.
Yes.
You're not moving the Starkiller base like
Right.
you would.
Yeah, that's a
So
stationary planet.
that thing had to fire and have enough energy to get far enough to destroy whatever planet it was that they were targeting.
Yeah.
Well, with this weapon, if they did do that, and it's like, okay, we're going to open up a wormhole basically in front of the weapon, and then we're going to open the other end of the wormhole where we want it to fucking be destroyed.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking diabolical.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Now, I still think that it was the dad who intentionally aligned it so that it would miss the planet and not actually destroy everybody that was on it. So we don't know because that was like the final scene. So we'll see in the third episode.
I didn't get this sense of like, hey, you may fire when ready. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like, hey, we're prepped. We have our, azimuth that this is what we're going to fire towards.
Yeah, there was no build up towards it.
No,
really.
It was just like, all right, hey, it's on resonance.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now it's working.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It just seemed like, I don't know. It seemed like an unplanned event.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe he did redirect it in some way, but I feel like it just wasn't aimed. Like I just feel like it was,
they were just shooting it just to show.
Yeah.
Like a guy running out of his house. Woo! Guns ablazing.
America, bitches.
Not really aiming for anything. Just look at my guns.
Gun, run, fire, shoot.
Maybe that's what it was.
But that is a fuck ton of Kyber if you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
where does all that come from?
Makes me wonder if it's like the last Kyber in the galaxy, you know?
What am I reading? Oh, we're reading the Legacy book.
Are we? I haven't started it yet.
You motherfucker.
Sorry.
You got me reading this goddamn book and you haven't started it yet?
I was busy. I was at the Rebel Scum Con.
You were on an airplane. You could have been listening to a fucking podcast or listening to this goddamn book.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
I have you now.
Anyway.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is it your camera is off or mine?
Oh, it's mine.
I don't know how yours gets jacked up all the time.
There we go.
Better.
So anything else on this? Because that was the last of my notes.
No, that was pretty much it for me. I kind of wanted to start the third one, but then I was like, I don't want the third one to bleed into this week for the show.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, like, I don't hate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
I think that the story has potential.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not like the animation isn't bothering me. Because I'm not an anime guy. I'm really that's not my first go-to.
It just kind of reminds me of watching like Voltron back in the day, because you know how the Voltron was that old Japanese animation,
but it wasn't like so heavy into it.
Yeah.
This isn't so heavy-handed with that animation. It's part of the story.
Yeah.
I think it's been the fact that they put out all 8 to me is interesting.
Yeah, because Disney Plus doesn't normally do that.
Right. So I think that maybe because it was Visions prior to this, that maybe that's what they wanted people to be like, all right, you know these characters.
Well, and also now that you mention it, like when they've released Visions, the individual seasons, they've come out with all of them at the same time, right? So maybe they're just going along with that.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Putting out all 8. But I think binging it would be a bit much. Like, especially that's 8 episodes and there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like, I think there would be a lot that I would miss. I'd have to go back and rewatch these 2 episodes because I'm sure I missed a bunch.
Yeah. I watched them both twice, so that's why I was
I only watched
knowledgeable.
I only watched it the one time, but I watched them.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't something I had on in the background and not while I was driving, which is good.
Oh my God. Rick brought up Jason the Wheeled Warriors. That's something I haven't thought about in 40 fucking years. Oh my God.
There's no recall right now for that.
Yeah. Oh, I remember it. Anyway, so that's that. And I guess the question begs now, what are we going to do next? Are we going to do the Legacy book, or do we want to do
you haven't started the Legacy book, motherfucker. So
correct.
You're not going to get it done in a week.
Probably not.
So let's do the next 2 episodes.
Okay.
And
then we'll do Legacy.
And then hopefully you'll have the Legacy book figured out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we'll be into September.
My God.
Yeah.
Time's going by fast.
It's awful.
Yeah.
It's just fucking awful.
Yep.
What's next big that's coming out?
I don't think we have much, honestly. Like for Star Wars releases, I think
isn't there a game coming out?
Oh, right. Derp. So we've got Zero Company coming out at the end of this month, and then we've got Galactic Racer coming out at the beginning of next month. So it's like 2 weeks apart. These 2 games are getting released. So one at the end of this month and one at the beginning of next month.
Yeah, so I think that between these stories and Legacy and the video games, I think that's what we got going forward.
Okay. Yeah, that works. So October 6th is the Galactic Racer.
Okay.
And then Zero Company.
I thought it was like mid-September.
End of August, August 27th. So we got actually like a month, just a hair over a month between the two games.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's good. It gives us some time to play it.
Yeah. For show. All right, then. Well, you got any reads?
Yeah, I got the usual.
Oh, yeah. There's the Masters of the Universe movie. Out
yeah.
that Kelly wants us to do.
Yes. And Rick actually recommended it also.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll have a conversation offline about that.
Okay.
But in the meantime, for ATSW family happenings, support the official band of the Sidebar Cantina till the end. Check out their socials. Until the end. Check out their socials for news and updates on their upcoming European tour with their opening band, Red Swamp, this coming September and October.
What a name.
Then go to tilltheendofficial.com to purchase tees, sweatshirts, stickers, and posters. And pre-order their self-titled debut album from Life Force Records due to release this coming September. Buy some shit. Do it. I think you have to go to Life Force Records to buy the pre-order. But either way, do it. Jason and I have ours ready, pre-ordered.
Yep.
The CDs.
Did we talk about when it's getting released?
I think it's September.
Yeah, September 11th. Never forget.
25 years this year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Sidebar. So, all right. What time is it? We got a minute.
7:02.
So, I'm kind of pissed. And I don't know if I should be or not.
Okay.
So at work, the lieutenants are trying to plan a golf outing. And the original date that they had, we can't do. So the alternate date was going to be on September 11th.
Mm.
And I was sitting in the meeting when they made the suggestion for the alternate date.
Mm.
And September 11th was said, this is a lieutenant, right? This is somebody who is not even in pre-K when 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
And there was no reverence at all. And so it said it, and I was like, and I'm sitting next to him. I'm like, and I kind of made a face. And then I looked at the commander and I said, you realize it's the 25th anniversary of 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone kind of was like shifting in their seats and stuff. I'm like, this is a big I wanted to like jump up and say, this is a big fucking deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, most of you people might not have been anywhere important when this fucking happened, but I was right fucking here.
Yeah.
So it's a big fucking deal. And unless you're specifically gearing it towards a fundraiser or something like that, I'm not playing golf on 9/11.
It's fair.
For some fuck off booster club thing.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. I didn't. I made my point with the commander, and I know she was steering it towards a later date than that.
Yeah.
I have a good relationship with her. So, but this fucking kid, this is the part that bothers me the most. Is this is somebody that's like, I guess it's the realization that this is where we are. Like, you're out of it. You're away from it now.
Yeah.
Like, I still have to sit there and try and educate these children, about wartime and talk about things that happened that is not that far. It's like for us, it's so close in our recent memory that 25 years just seems ridiculous that it was that long ago.
Yeah.
But for them, it's a lifetime. Like it's before their existence.
Yeah.
So they don't have that, like the ones that did were in school when it happened or saw it on TV and things like that. They're like majors now.
Yeah.
So I know it shouldn't upset me. But at the same time, I feel like, would you do the same thing on D-Day? Would you have the same flippant attitude about it on D-Day?
I think some people would.
And if you would, then I'd tell you the same thing. You're fucking wrong. Go get a fucking history book and educate yourself. Before you put on your uniform tomorrow fucking morning, go and educate yourself about some of the history of this fucking country.
So are you more referring to specifically people who are in the service?
This is people that are in the service. I'm talking about these are currently serving individuals,
right?
That just don't have any, there's nothing. There's no 9/11, whatever. It's just a date. It's just a date for them.
Yeah.
Because it's not a national holiday. It's a day of remembrance, whatever. But for them, it's nothing. Let's do a golf tournament. Yeah. No. No, I am not supporting that at all.
Yeah.
Not for that reason. You want to do a fundraiser? You want to do something like that? Yeah, I'll support that. But not a fucking booster club, have a beer at the turn, fucking just fuck off event.
Yeah. Not for a military unit for sure.
No, not civilians. I have zero expectation.
Yeah.
Whatever. I can't control that environment. But in the fucking military, I expect you, especially in active duty where you have to, the enlisted have to test for their history.
Mm-hmm.
That's still part of their PME. They have to understand and know their history. Right? And if you're a fucking commissioned officer in the United States Air Force, you good goddamn well had better understand history.
Yeah.
And that shit, it just pissed me off.
Yeah, I suppose I could see that. But again, being unplugged from all that, it's a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah. I shouldn't let it get to me. I know I shouldn't. And usually I don't. Because I know they're young.
Yeah.
I can ordinarily logic and perspective take over.
Mm-hmm.
But in this instance, I just the flippancy of the comment. And then and what brings it more to light is today he was in my office and kind of had that same flippancy today when he was asked about the day. He's like, oh yeah, had the alternate day on 9/11. People had issues with that. And I wanted to jump down his fucking throat. I'm going to make this little fucking piece of shit think he was back in basic training. Anyway.
And that's Dave's rant for the day.
Orange and Fett Show released episode 187, the singles second ward. Find them on Apple or Spotify.
The hell is that?
You have to listen to episode 187 and find out.
Yeah.
On Apple or Spotify.
Yo, 187.
The 187 on the Undercover Cop. No news this week from ATSW, the Escape Pod. Grave reviews, use and abuse, or layman's terms. You can find us at bio.link /the Sidebar Cantina, where you can find links to Patreon, YouTube, audio podcasts on Apple and Audible and Spotify, and all social media platforms, including X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and Discord. Once you get to the bio link, simply click the symbols under our pick to go to your platform of choice. You can also find all of our past Spotify mixtape playlists. Also, in our bio link is our TeePublic merch shop. Choose from 7 designs, newish designs. Be Sidebar swagtastic on everything from t-shirts and hoodies to tote bags, phone cases, exclusive stickers and pins, wall arts, magnets, notebooks, laptop cases, pillows, just about anything you can imagine. Nothing says love and looking a naked Jason chick on a pillow. Go to bio.link/sidebarcantina and click merch. Your new reviews?
9.
Please write us a 5-star review on Apple or Audible. While you're at it, hit that like button, subscribe to our YouTube. Make sure you click that old Liberty Bell when we go live. I know there was an issue with the notifications today. We'll have that fixed for next week. Don't be afraid to share us with your friends. And as always, a huge shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. You are the reason we do this, and we thank you. And that is that.
I just want to leave everybody with this picture once again of me and Miss Howard. It was great. It was a great time.
So jealous.
One of these days you need to come.
Excellent. Yeah, I was talking to Rick. We'll figure it out next year.
All right.
Rick and I'll come down.
Sweet.
I think it'll be awesome.
All right, then. Well, thank you to everybody who stayed with us on the YouTube. Thank you to all of our audio listeners. We love you, and we haven't forgotten about you. And until next time, Dave and everybody else, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you. Okay, now what do I click?
All righty. He'll be your hench. All right. Kelly, I was going to tell you something and I can't remember what it was. Fuck. I lost it. It's gone. Gone. All gone. Bye-bye.
It's all gone. Mrs. Nesbitt and her little sister. Yeah. I don't. Oh, He-Man.
Oh, right.
It's on Prime.
Yes.
I don't know. When would you want to?
Well, let's see.
We can put it after, because I want to do a playing. I want when the
game comes out.
When the game comes out,
Zero Company.
I want to do something like right after that.
Okay. Well, we're still going to need a little time to like get our feet wet with it and play it a little bit. August 27th. So that's on a Thursday. Weird day for them to release a game.
So you can take off all day on Friday to play it.
Yeah. But yeah, we could probably do that for our Monday shows for the 31st. So that would mean next week would be Ninth Jedi 3 and 4. Week after that, 24th would be Legacy. And then the week after that would be Zero Company.
Okay. And then after that, we could do He-Man.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so that would be September 7th. September 7th, that's this Monday. Tell me what that's from, people, and I'll give you props. And that's actually on a Monday too. That's funny.
Yeah, Super Troopers 3 is out too, which I wasn't tracking until recently.
Yeah. I haven't seen the second
I was not involved in the making of this one. Like I was part of the, that whole that fan, like what was it called?
It was like a Kickstarter or something, right?
Yeah, but for movies. It's called something different.
Oh, I don't know.
But very similar to the Kickstarter thing. I did that for Super Troopers too. So, and so did Rick, and he's in the credits.
Nice.
Actually, I think we're both in the credits. When I think about it, there's this big long list of fucking people at the end of the
Mhm.
in the movie.
All right.
But regardless, yeah. So we have at least a way ahead for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
So that works.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Everybody got that? All right.
Kapka?
Who? What? All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna end the stream now.
Yeah.
And thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.